As you may remember from earlier scenes, Romeo, Mercutio, and Benvolio crashed the Capulets' party. At this party, Tybalt realized they were Montagues and said it was a dishonor on their family. Now, in Act 3, Scene 1, Benvolio suggests to Mercutio they should go inside in case they run into a Capulet, in case they would want to fight. Tybalt then enters and says, "Gentlemen, good evening, a word with one of you." Mercutio then replies, "Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance, zounds consort," which means he wants to fight. Romeo soon enters. Tybalt says, "Peace be with you, sir, here comes my man," implying that he wants to fight with Romeo. Tybalt goes on and on with insults against Romeo, but Romeo deflects them by saying he loves Tybalt for reasons that he is unaware of, which of course means Romeo's marriage with Juliet. Tybalt and Mercutio then fight. Tybalt then stabs Mercutio. Romeo expresses that he should have fought Tybalt instead of letting Mercutio fight. Tybalt, hearing this, turns around and duels with Romeo, paying the price of his life. Romeo and Tybalt then fight. Romeo expresses his mistake for fighting and killing Tybalt. When he sees the angry townspeople, Benvolio suggests that Romeo should run. Romeo then says, "Oh, I am fortune's fool." Now in Scene 2, the nurse and Juliet talk about Romeo and Tybalt's fight, which resulted in Tybalt and Mercutio's death, along with Romeo's banishment. Juliet then waits for Romeo impatiently. This is dramatic irony because she does not know Romeo was banished. Juliet becomes very annoyed with Nurse because she won't tell her the news. Ay me, what news? Nurse finally tells Juliet that Romeo is banished and she begins to cry. Now in Scene 3, Romeo is deeply upset about being sent away from Verona and his Juliet. Friar Lawrence tries to explain to Romeo that he is very lucky that the prince decided to spare his life. Romeo, however, does not feel lucky, as he would rather die than being separated from Juliet. There is no world without Verona's walls, hence banished is banishment from the world, and death misnamed, calling death banished. When the nurse came to tell Romeo all that happened, how sad Juliet was about Tybalt, he wanted to kill himself. Friar Lawrence sets up a plan with Romeo to sneak into Juliet's house the final night before he leaves for Verona. In Scene 4, Paris talks to Lord Capulet about marrying Juliet, and after much discussion, Lord Capulet agrees. They decide to set the wedding in 2 days. Lord Capulet thinks having a wedding will be a good idea because he sees the way Juliet's upset and tries to cheer her up. However, this is an example of dramatic irony because Lord Capulet thinks Juliet is sad about her cousin's death, when the audience knows that she's actually sad because Romeo is exiled. Scene 5, the final scene, Romeo leaves Juliet's room. Lady Capulet soon comes in with the good news that her and Lord Capulet came up with. She tells Juliet that she is to marry Paris. To this, Juliet says, "I will not marry, yet when I do, I swear it will be Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than that Paris." This is dramatic irony because the audience knows that she truly does love Romeo. Lord Capulet is not pleased with this and tells Juliet he will disown her from the family if she does not agree to marry Paris. She then goes to the nurse, looking for some advice, but the nurse says to forget Romeo and to just marry Paris. After this, she runs to Friar Lawrence, looking for help, and she says if she can't, she will kill herself.